So when we first started our DTV education work, we had significant work to do just to reach the levels of public awareness and education we knew we needed to. But over the course of time, because of the work that we and many others have done, we've been able to decrease dramatically the numbers of people who are unaware of the DTV transition and really begin to focus on providing the assistance people needed in order to take the action to prepare for the DTV transition.
We're the hotline for them to call for the DTV transition, any type of troubleshooting that they need.
We have a very good relationship with the Highland School District, so we come to the school events and provide information about the DTV transition.
Well, currently we're working with the San Antonio Express News to look at the zip codes that are most needed those particular coupons.
Several folks who were non-English speakers, so they got help either in like Hmong or Somali or Spanish, and I watched that happen, so I felt that was really useful.
And so we've realized that the young people that we educate about this are then able to take that message and carry that to their grandparents who might need some help figuring out the converter boxes and all that. So it's just really finding a way to take a comprehensive approach to bring everybody on board. So.
We know that now we need to go out into communities and find the people who are not yet prepared. So in the last few weeks alone, we've really stepped it up and gone into community gatherings where we're going to find large numbers of people, especially people from those communities that are most likely to still be in need of assistance. So we've gone into churches and houses of worship. We've gone to community meetings and community centers. We've been in schools, at festivals and cultural gatherings. We've been in senior centers and at supermarkets.
The Midtown Global Market is seen as this new development on Lake Street in Minneapolis, which is sort of the heart of Minneapolis. It's also designed in sort of a traditional Latin American market style, mercado style. So there's a lot of different artisans who all have small shops.
We wanted to push a no-cost box, meaning we wanted to find a local retailer that was willing to provide a converter box for $40. So that folks that couldn't afford to pay more than that could only use their coupon and still be able to get a converter box.
And so we knew on a Friday afternoon we'd get a really good crowd.
This event at Minneapolis's Midtown Global Market's part of a national day of action. One more attempt to remove the hurdles, which are the paperwork, the know-how, and the cost.
And then the idea was really to set up an environment where people could do kind of the apply, buy, try model. They could apply for the coupons if they didn't have them. They could actually buy a box, but more importantly, a no-cost box. And then they could try or learn how to connect a converter box to the TV.
I applied for the coupon in September. Then when I went to go use it, my coupon was expired. So when I came down, heard about it on TV this morning. I am retired and money is a little short now, so this helps.
I talked to a lot of folks who were just like, you really took time to reach out to us. You had an event in a place where we felt comfortable. There was one woman who'd taken 3 buses to get here, but she was like, nobody else does things that are bus accessible. I know from talking to some of our other colleagues here that people really appreciated having the different languages, feeling like they could find someone who spoke Lao or Hmong or Somali or Spanish. You know, there is a good and appropriate way to do work that's culturally competent, and people realize that.
One of our assistance centers in Seattle, Para Los Niños, has a really good example of how they're going out directly into the community to engage people. One of our colleagues there, his name is Ismael, goes into the supermarkets, and then he arranges that he can stand outside, and as shoppers come in and come out of the supermarket, he has a clipboard with a coupon application form, and he engages people, and he engages them in Spanish about what they need to do in order to be prepared. He has them fill out the coupon application form in Spanish. He then can take that coupon application form at the end of the day and go back and input it on his computer so that people get their coupon just as quickly as possible. He gives them his phone number, his contact information at Para Los Niños, so that they can follow up with him if they have any questions when they get that coupon, or importantly, if they need any help installing that converter box. So he's engaging them right there where they are, where they shop. He's helping them apply for their coupon, and then he's really walking them through all the things to expect on down the line so that they're fully prepared.
So can somebody tell me what y'all know about the transition? I don't like it.
Melissa is the coordinator for our DTV transition, our assistance center here in San Antonio for the Velasquez Institute. She works morning, noon, and night. She has a TV in her trunk, and she is going from event to event.
I've probably reached in excess of 10,000 people easily. That includes fairs, doing my, tabling at HEBs. It's reaching out to different community groups. It's various things. We do have an initiative with the San Antonio Express News. Are going to be working on placing the coupon directly into the Sunday newspaper. It's going to be targeting specific areas that we know are most in need of those particular coupons.
Well, we started a hotline. We purchased a cell phone, and it's great that we have this hotline as a portable cell phone because I can take it with me wherever I need to go, or I can pass it to somebody else. Last Saturday, I had 112 calls in one day, and that's without the actual advertisement of hey, call this number again. So when they do that, then I think I average about almost 100 calls a day. That when the television puts the number out on the local news, or they talk about on KSAT 12, our local radio, or I saw bus ads recently. I think that's amazing, because people do get into their bus routines every day to go to work, and people do read those. I know I take the bus a lot, and I even have an iPhone where I'm sitting next to somebody and I ask them if they have a box, they need a box. Taking it everywhere for me is that's how I work with this campaign, because I'm in the community that I live in the area that I live in. I eat Mexican food all the time. There's panaderias, bakeries. They help me leave our pamphlets, information there. They give out our number to their customers. They have a poster on the wall of our campaign, and same thing, when we're just walking around with the Mexican restaurant with a clipboard and just asking people in Spanish. I think there's so many other ways that we still have to go out and reach our community, and all we can do is one step at a time.
Yeah, my name's Randy Engstrom. I'm the founding director of the Youngstown Cultural Arts Center, where we're in one of the rooms. We're in the only room that isn't full of teenagers learning about various arts and life skills. With analog television going off the air, there's a fair number of people that we work with who are going to be caught off guard by that. We saw an opportunity, particularly working with a lot of our youth populations. We found that they could be really powerful carriers of that message because they sort of have one foot in both worlds. They're here, and so they understand the information that we're able to give them, but they also have relationships and connections back to their communities, whether it's low-income communities or immigrant communities or just populations that are sort of outside of the mainstream. Youth are really media savvy. A lot of them already knew about it, but they hadn't connected that their communities might not know about it. The youth have the trust of their communities for the most part, and they are multicultural. They understand the dominant culture and they understand their family's culture, and that makes them ideal people to help deliver the message in a way that's most effective.